What happens when one of the leading voices in the red pill community shouts me out on one of the biggest podcasts in the world?
Like, they're the only people. Shout out to Ruslan. I know he's gonna clip this.
On the topic, get this, specifically of Christians, marriage, intimacy, who's thriving, how well things are going. That's exactly what happened when I got a shout out on the whatever podcast, which I'm sure I'll be going on sooner than later. And my acquaintance, Michael Sartain, I think that's how you say his name, who's I actually think is the last hope of the red pill community, believe it or not. Red pill community, men's rights. He is red pill adjacent. He wouldn't call himself red pill, but we had a good conversation on the Purple podcast, and my name came up, and he said I would clip this, and I did clip this, and I think this is a fascinating conversation. All right, so check this out. Let me hit you guys with them.
Had your kids, had your wife.
Explicit.
With you, here's what I think. It depends on how much they watch, and there's so many people that watch adult content that I'm sure some of them do have healthy relationships. Yeah, but in general, like, there's a lot of people who don't watch adult content who don't have healthy relationships. We have a 53% divorce rate in this country, and
the good news about divorce is a book written about that statistic. It's not a 53 divorce rate. The divorce rate's closer to 39 or 40%, which when you factor in people who are getting divorced multiple times kind of skews those numbers. So I'm not sure where he's pulling the number from, but my source would be The Good News About Marriage is a book written about that 50% divorce rate. That was a projection of a divorce rate. It never actually materialized. So I'm not sure where they get this specific stat from.
78% of divorces are initiated by women.
Now, that's true. That part is true. The vast majority, between 70 to 80% of divorces are initiated by women. The question would be, why? Well, when you look at the math a little deeper, come to find out that men, after their 30s, which is when you're more likely to get married, right? The average age for marriage is like 28, 29 in this country. Men are actually way more likely to cheat than women are 30 and up. Before 30, believe it or not, women are actually more likely to cheat in their 20s. So, yes, women file for divorce more, but men do cheat more in marriage. So there's that.
So I don't think no one's winning right now, okay? The only people who are winning are like puritanical Christians who get married as virgins. Like, they're the only people. Shout out to Ruslan. I know he's gonna clip this.
Hold on, puritanical Christians? I've never heard this before. I got to pull this back.
I don't think no one's winning right now, okay? The only people who are winning are like puritanical Christians who get
puritanical Christians? What is pure? Is that a word? Hold on. We gotta look this up. What is puritanical? Oh, I just learned a new word. Practicing or affecting strict religious or moral behavior. The puritanical parents saw any kind of pleasure as the road to damnation. All right, well, you know what? That's like saying the only people that are getting fit in this country are people that are following a puritanical diet. Yeah. Yup. Yup. The people eating chocolate and cookies and ice cream every night. Yeah, they're part of the 70% that are overweight and the 40% that are morbidly obese. Exactly. And the people that are eating chicken, broccoli, and rice and fruits, yeah, they're getting shredded. Exactly. That's exactly how it works. Yes, totally. Absolutely. That's totally how it works, right? You eat chicken and broccoli, you get abs. You don't eat chicken and broccoli, you don't get abs. Yes. Is that a puritanical diet? Yeah. The issue that we're having is that a lot of people eat like crap their whole life. A lot of people don't take care of their bodies. They never eat chicken, broccoli, and rice. And then they hit their 40s and they're like, oh, I look like crap. I look terrible. And then they have to start doing goofy stuff like injecting themselves full of steroids and performance-enhancing drugs because they didn't do the work to get there. Now, some people in their 40s, they may need TRT. I'm not mad at that. But that's the shortcut, right? Or they take, what is that new weight loss drug that everybody's taking? It's called Ozempic, I think is what it's called, right? So you don't take care of yourself, and then Ozempic, right? And then you take Ozempic. I think that's the issue is that we're dealing with is that yes, this idea of a puritanical, I guess, yeah, it's like you could either take care of your life, your fitness, and your body over the course of your life and get the compound effects of it, just like with a marriage, or you can take Ozempic and TRT. Once you got fat and your freaking blood sugar is jacked up and you're train wreck, right? So anyway, puritanical is used as an insult, like you're cruel, mean, and harshly judging anyone who isn't a Christian, public shaming type stuff. All right. Well, let's hear Michael out. By the way, I was supposed to have Michael. I was supposed to be with him this past weekend in Vegas, but he unfortunately couldn't do it. So I'm looking forward to having another conversation with Michael because I really like Michael, and I think he's the most reasonable and rational and sober and objective person that's adjacent with this space.
I don't think no one's winning right now, okay? The only people who are winning are like puritanical Christians who get married as virgins. Like they're the only people, shout out to Ruslan, I know he's gonna clip this. Like they're the only people who are like actually doing well. The rest of us are just like slightly better than chance. That's what's happening. Okay,
well, that's helpful. Okay, so yeah, anyway, what do you guys think? I think it's fairly straightforward. I hate to make everything about, to drive it back to nutrition or fitness, but I just think I think marriage is a way better parallel to nutrition and fitness and health than it is to romance and dominance. I think the world has tricked women into thinking marriage is all about romance and tricked men into thinking marriage is all about dominance and authority. And the truth is that marriage is more of a parallel to taking care of yourself, fitness, health, maintenance, preventative maintenance, friendship, being on the same page. And I think if we approach it with that and remove the goofy Disneyland romance that women tend to have, and remove the bizarre red pill, I'm going to dominate, I'm going to be the authority, right? Remove that, and we understand what is intended to be, which is actually a marriage, is a metaphor between Christ and his relationship with the church, right? It kind of like, oh, that makes sense. That it's not just about pleasure, and it's not just about dominance, and it's not just about romance. That it's more of a long-term commitment over time. So anyway, that would be my thoughts on that. But I really like Michael. I'm looking forward to talking to him more about this, right? Yeah, consistency over feelings, right? Which we would all agree, right? But I think in consistency over feelings, men then demand certain things that may or not be healthy, right? Like you wanting to dominate a woman like she's your property is freaking weird, bizarre, right? Now, that doesn't mean that I don't believe in headship and I don't believe in, a complementarian view of marriage, right? But there's a stark contrast between headship and complementarianism and dominance and hierarchy. So anyway, those are my thoughts on that. Looking forward to talking to Michael more about this stuff.
Hey, this is a segment from our daily after party stream. Consider partnering with us online for as little as $5 a month to get access to these daily after party streams completely unedited. You'll also get access to our podcast as they are streamed live into the community before anyone else gets to see them, get to interact with our guests, get access to our private Discord server, and a discount code for our store for as little as $5 a month. Ultimately, that will help towards helping us continue contextualizing the gospel using media and podcast here on YouTube. All right, I'll see you over there. Peace.